Nothing ruins a morning faster than a weak, lukewarm cup of coffee that tastes like plastic and regret. If you're tired of gambling with your caffeine fix, you're in the right place. Today, we are diving deep into the world of single-serve coffee machines. I've put these machines through the ringer, testing them on flavor extraction, temperature consistency, noise levels, and ease of use. So let's get into it. Number 5. NESCAFÉ Dolce Gusto EDG 210-B Piccolo XS. I really wanted to like this machine because on paper, it sounds great. It's incredibly compact, it's affordable, and it has that unique manual lever design that makes it look kind of retro and fun. But after using it daily for a week, the fun wore off pretty quickly. The biggest selling point is its size. It really is tiny and can fit on even the most cluttered kitchen counter. However, that small footprint comes with some major trade-offs that started to annoy me almost immediately. First off, let's talk about the manual control. With the Piccolo XS, you have to manually start and stop the water flow. There is no button to press for a small or large cup. You flip the lever and stand there like a hawk watching your cup fill up. If you get distracted for even 5 seconds, maybe you turn around to grab a spoon or check your phone, you will come back to coffee overflowing all over your counter. In a modern coffee machine, the lack of an auto stop feature feels like a massive step backward. I found myself obsessively staring at the cup every morning, trying to guess when to flip the lever back to stop the flow, which led to inconsistent coffee strength day after day. The build quality also leaves a lot to be desired. It feels very plasticky and lightweight, which wouldn't be a problem if it didn't vibrate so much. Number 4. Lavazza Modo Jolie Evo. This machine definitely steps up the game in terms of style. It's Italian, it's sleek, and it looks much more premium than the Dolce Gusto. Lavazza markets this as the quietest machine in their lineup, and I will give them that. It is significantly quieter than the Piccolo. You won't wake up the whole house when you're brewing a 6 a.m. espresso. However, my praise for this machine starts to run dry once we get past the noise level and the aesthetics. The Jolie Evo is designed strictly for espresso lovers, which is fine, but it feels incredibly limiting. The water tank is a measly 0.6 liters. If you are a household of 2 coffee drinkers, you are going to be refilling this thing constantly. I found myself walking to the sink more often than I was drinking coffee. The used capsule drawer is also tiny. It only holds about 5 pods. If you forget to empty it after a day or two, it jams and you have to wrestle the drawer out to clear the blockage. It's these small maintenance things that start to grate on your nerves over time. Then there is the stop and go button. Similar to the Piccolo, this machine relies on you to determine the length of your coffee. While some versions of the Jolie allow for programming, the interface on the Evo model I tested was confusing and often defaulted to free flow. 3. DeLonghi Nespresso Vertuo Plus. This is where we leave the budget frustrations behind and enter the realm of actual smart coffee technology. The first thing you notice about the Vertuo Plus is the motorized head. You just tap the lever up and the machine opens automatically. Tap it down and it closes. It's a small touch, but it feels futuristic and incredibly satisfying every time you use it. The real magic here is the centrifusion technology. Unlike traditional pressure-based machines, this spins the pod at 7,000 rotations per minute to blend the ground coffee with water. The result? An insanely thick layer of crema. Now, I have to be honest, sometimes the foam is almost too much. It's like a coffee milkshake. But if you love a rich, creamy texture, this is unbeatable. The machine reads the barcode on the rim of each pod and automatically adjusts the brewing parameters, temperature, water volume, and speed, so you literally cannot mess it up. You press one button and it does the rest perfect every time. Another feature I absolutely loved during testing was the movable water tank. The 40-ounce tank is on a swivel base, so you can move it to the back, the left, or the right of the machine, depending on your counter space. This flexibility is a game changer for people with weirdly shaped kitchen corners. The water capacity is also much better than the previous 2 machines, I could go a few days without refilling it, which is a huge plus for my workflow. 2. Nespresso Essenza Mini. This is the machine that proves you don't need to be big to be powerful. This is my personal favorite for pure espresso drinkers. It uses the original Nespresso line capsules, which means you have access to hundreds of third-party flavors, cheaper alternatives, and authentic espresso blends. The 19-bar pressure pump in this tiny unit is legitimate. It pulls a shot that is intense, hot, and has a perfect golden crema that rivals machines 10 times its size. Despite its microscopic footprint, it is literally the width of a standard book. It feels solid. It heats up in under 30 seconds, which is lightning fast. By the time I grab a mug from the cupboard, the machine is ready to go. It has 2 programmable buttons, Espresso and Lungo, and unlike the machines at number 5 and 4, these are automatic. You press it, you walk away, and you come back to a perfectly dosed cup. It stops exactly where it needs to, every single time. I tested this machine relentlessly, brewing back-to-back shots to see if it would overheat or lose pressure, and it didn't flinch. It's a workhorse. It's also surprisingly quiet for a high-pressure pump machine. It doesn't rattle the counter like the Dolce Gusto, and it doesn't have the whiny pitch of some cheaper models. The water tank is small, yes, but because it's designed for small espresso shots rather than big mugs of coffee, the water actually lasts longer than you'd expect. 1. Bruvi BV1 Brewer. This machine is a revolution. If you have been hesitant about pod coffee because of the plastic waste or the stale taste, Bruvi has solved both problems. This machine uses proprietary bee pods that are designed to break down in landfills in just a few years, compared to the centuries it takes for standard plastic pods. That guilt-free aspect makes the coffee taste even better. But let's talk about the flavor, because that is where the Bruvi destroys the competition. It doesn't just poke a hole and shoot water through. It brews in a way that ensures the coffee never touches the insides of the machine, so there is zero flavor cross-contamination. You can brew a spicy Mexican roast and then immediately brew a delicate tea, and there will be no leftover taste. The coffee comes out noticeably hotter and smoother than any Keurig or Nespresso I've tested. It tastes like fresh drip coffee, with complex notes that usually get lost in pod brewing. The technology here is incredible. It has a massive touchscreen that automatically recognizes the pod you insert. It scans the lid and adjusts the brew settings instantly. But what I love is the versatility. It can do standard coffee, high-pressure espresso style, Americanos, and even the first ever cold brew from a pod that actually tastes like cold brew. It brews it at a lower temperature and slower rate to mimic the steeping process. Conclusion. So there you have it. If you want the absolute best taste and eco-friendly tech, get the Bruvi. If you want a reliable, compact espresso shooter, grab the Essenza Mini. And if you want big mugs of creamy coffee, the Vertuo Plus is your winner.